Hello, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com, 2nd of December 2020. Before we look at the album that we're going to look at today, if I may make the usual favour request, and that's that you please at least consider subscribing to the channel. That'd be a big help, really would, and of course appreciated. Right, what we're going to look at in this little video is a real under the radar band from the original New Wave of British Heavy Metal days. That band's called Triarchy, I hope I've pronounced that right, and their sole album is Save the Khan. Alright, now Triarchy, you probably never heard of them. I struggle to remember them actually, but you know, never mind. But really good band from the original Nawabum days, and a little bit quirky, a little bit unusual as well. They were formed in the 70s and floated around the Kent area of the UK, and you know, the usual template was followed that applied back then. Lots and lots of gigging around, try and build up some attention, get noticed by the A&R types, a single or two, and then back into obscurity, I guess. But you know, that single, Save the Khan, is one of the rarer and most sought after from back then. If you've got a copy, hang on to it, or give it to me. I'm joking, or am I? But anyway, that track, that Save the Khan, plus I believe everything else that Triarchy ever put down on tape or studio or whatever, is on this Save the Khan album, right? And as far as I'm aware, none of it, until it came out on CD, none of it had been released before. It had never seen the light of day before. And you know, the title track, Save the Khan, is in my opinion quite a remarkable one. It's slightly strange timing, a driving sort of stop-start riff that's not unlike Alex Lifeson would have done on Farewell to Kings, for example. And to add to that atmosphere, there's a nice use of some synths and to pump things up a bit as well, but without losing the overall feel that we're still talking about a heavy rock song here. Really good stuff. And then we've got a similar kind of approach on Juliet's Tomb, which is quite a storming track, and also Metal Messiah, which is a huge song with a massive riff. And it switches to the more conventional style, but still slightly offbeat tracks like Hellhound, On My Trail, and Wheel of Samsara. Now, the changes in style and invention add to the twist of what's going on here, and you know, it shows the band weren't afraid to try something a little bit different, but without not forgetting that at its root they're a rock band as well. For example, like there's a song on here, Hiroshima, and that sounds like, to me, like early Duran or even Duran or even Japan, for anyone that might remember early Japan as well. Yes, of course, this album is a little bit of a curiosity, and it is that little bit different, but that doesn't take anything away from it being a really interesting, enjoyable listen, provided by a band who offered up something that little bit different from what others were doing at the time, and had the ability to carry it off as well. So I've only got real hazy recollections of Triarchy back from the original New Wave of British Heavy Metal days. And I can't add much to that other than to say I assume that their short-lived career back then may have been down to the usual circumstances, you know, record company issues, or just a general competition that was around at the time. So many bands fighting for attention, and only so many could make it through, of course. And whilst it didn't work out for Triarchy back then, this Save the Khan is an excellent demonstration of what they were about and how good they were, and indeed how good they could have been had they had the opportunity to carry on and record more. Much more than a curiosity, much more than something that's a little bit different. Check it out if you'd like to. As always, there's a link underneath in the description to the tongue-tied album on Amazon, and also a link back to the blog post if you'd like to read that. So please do if you'd like to. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please think about doing so. That'd be a big help. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.